How you feeling?
Pretty good. Obviously, haven't been skating a whole lot, but with Jesse coming here on the road, took advantage of that and getting on early and getting more reps in. And today's good, so we'll see in the morning tomorrow.
You're just playing it by ear here right now, almost on a day-to-day basis, just to see how you feel on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's what it is pretty much. I mean, it's just seeing how you react and how you feel, and obviously some skates been good and some skates been not great. So, but we'll see. I think it's really just taking it easy the rest of the day today and see how I react waking up tomorrow morning.
People always ask this, but if the game was tonight, do you think you'd be okay to go, or
I think that's a tough one to answer. I mean, it's obviously practice went well, so I cannot not say it didn't go well. So I was skating even with Jesse earlier; it went pretty well. So I think the biggest thing is always we've been doing a lot of treatment and seeing how it reacts, and I think that's the biggest thing. I did good effort yesterday. Woke up this morning feeling pretty well, and I think it's going to be the same thing waking up tomorrow. See how the body reacts.
Have you had a chance to look at that hit? I just wonder what your thoughts were on it, because I haven't talked to you since it happened.
I mean, we were on the power play, so obviously you never expect anybody to kind of hit you, especially not from behind. And I mean, it was in my own thoughts, opinion. It was obviously it was a hit from behind. He followed through as well on the hit. But I mean, it happened, and what you can do about it, and we can't do anything about it at this point. And the biggest thing was for me, I'm trying to make sure that when I come back playing, I feel 100%, and I feel ready to help this team win some games.
What are you seeing from the hockey club from your vantage point here right now and through this?
Yeah, I mean, the last two games been a bit harder, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's. I think the biggest thing for us is we know we can play a solid game, and it's about doing it for 60 minutes, and it's about obviously winning games. I mean, it's never easy when you lose a few games. You feel like you might not win, and once you win one game, you kind of get the mojo back, and I think that's a big challenge for us here tomorrow. You're facing a top team in the league and Stanley Cup contender, so coming in and get a win tomorrow night would be huge for this group.
When you're trying to get through the full 60 minutes, does the mindset have to change a little bit, and instead of thinking about the end result, maybe go through the process?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a good way to put it. It's can't think whether you're up 3 goals or you're down by 3. I think it's 60 minutes of hockey, and I mean, no one's going to give up in this locker room. I think you see it every night. We fight till the end, no matter what the score is, and I think that's great. But like you said, I think it's a process. It's playing 20 minutes, one shift at a time. I know it's a classic to say, but I mean, at the end of the day, this applies to us, and that's what we got to focus on.
What are you seeing? What are you seeing from the young defensemen like Jake Sanderson, who have kind of answered the call and taken on a bit of a larger workload here?
I mean, he's been awesome. It's obviously we knew him coming in. He wasn't going to have any issues coming in, but he's such a good skater. Reads the play so well. Really good, really strong defensively. So, no, I mean it's good for him. Gives him to play a lot more minutes and take advantage of that. And he's been answering really well.
Last night's game, one of those types of games where you want to get back in the nets almost immediately.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, I never wanted to leave the net. So to get back in the net is, that's what you want to be. You're a competitor. Like I said, I didn't want to come out last night. I want to stay in there. I want to battle in those games. But to go back in again tomorrow is, that's what you want to do.
Just disappointing to have that kind of game in that situation.
Yeah, obviously anytime you lose it's disappointing, but to have it, first game of a road trip, that's a big road trip for us. Obviously not ideal, but we got to come back tomorrow, put our work boots back on, and get to work. I mean, it's not getting any easier on this trip, that's for sure, and this is one of the toughest buildings in the NHL to play in, so we're going to have to bring our full A game tomorrow and be ready to work.
Cam, does focus shift here a little bit in terms of mindset and looking at each game by game and the process instead of the end result?
I think you have to stick to the process for sure. I mean, the results will start to take care of themselves when you start sticking to the process. So I think that's what we really need to keep hammering down in here. And once we, you get a win or two under your belt and things start rolling the right way, then they'll just keep coming for us.
Has that gotten out of hand here? Not out of hand, but out of the mind in terms of the expectations going into this season, and then all of a sudden results aren't going the way you want them to? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard not to sometimes. When things aren't going your way, you're second-guessing decisions on the ice and maybe not making the plays that you want to make and maybe not making, all the saves that you should make. So when things aren't going your way, things start to snowball a little bit, but that's when you just got to nip them in the butt and put the things behind you. Like you said, trust the process a little bit more, and once we start doing that, the wins will start coming.
Cam, I think you've been around long enough. Do you think sometimes you have to ignore the outside noise, and just kind of keep it in here and figure it out rather than listening to what all the experts are saying?
Yeah, you can't be listening to all that. So, we know that's been addressed, a few times, and no one's going to pull us out of this thing but us. It doesn't matter what's going on outside this room. So, it's the 22, 23 guys in this room that matter, and the only thing that matters is what we believe in here. So we're just going to keep focusing on us and focusing on our game and going out there and trying to get a big 2 points tomorrow.
Do you think there were so many expectations with all the changes made in the offseason that maybe right now you're having a hard time living up to them and maybe getting caught up in that a little? Is that...
Honestly, no, I don't think that's the case. I think, sometimes we've been playing some good hockey, we just weren't getting the results, and then there's some games where, you just don't deserve to win. I mean, there's... I don't think it's anything to do with the expectations coming in. We know that we're still a good team in this room, and that we can go out there and put our best out against anybody, and we're going to give ourselves the chance to win. So that's what we're going to focus on doing coming up here, and try to finish off this road trip on a high note.
Did you think that was goalie interference on that third one? I kind of got the sense that you maybe thought so. Or...
I thought it was at first, and then when I went back into the room and saw the replay, it was pretty clear that it was Holdy, and I don't think that we win that challenge. So I think their guy had body position on him, and then he just kind of got bumped into me. But obviously in the moment I thought it was, because you get clipped and you just assume it's their guy. So I don't think that we would have won that challenge. So I think it's a good non-call.